Duelist of the Autumn Crown by Drakey C. Chapter 7 Spirit of Competition. Twilight slowly turned around. Sunset leaned against the sinks, her arms crossed. She looked Twilight over and snored. I should have recognized you yesterday. I'm more surprised than I should be. I expected Celestia to send someone after me in the crown. Just didn't think it would be her precious prized pupil. Of course I'm here. You stole my crown from me, Twilight replied, stepping closer. Uh. Sunset wagged a finger. In this world, it's my crown. 4 tournaments running. She tossed her head. And soon it'll be 5. The biggest and most important win yet. Not if I beat you, it won't. So Twilight held up her duel disc. Press a button to activate it. Sure, drink. Let's end it. Right here, Sunset! Oh, please. Sunset laughed and raised her arm to show her own duel disc. Color red and orange. I saw your duel with Rarity. I admit you have some minor skill, but you didn't even begin to imagine what lurks in my deck. Her deck? Twilight glanced down at it, then back at Sunset's face. Tell me! Oh, you'll find out. Assuming you make it to the finals. Sunset lowered her arm. Really, it's even more perfect than I would have imagined. I win my crown directly from you by proving which one of us is truly superior once and for all. Once and for all? What are you talking about? I barely know you. You think it's all about you, what you know and what you want, Twilight? Sunset narrowed her eyes. Believe me, just because you don't know me doesn't mean I don't know about you and your element of harmony. You don't know a thing about my element, Twilight glared back. Even if you have it, it won't do you any good. The elements of harmony choose their users, and the element of magic chose me. Stealing it doesn't mean you can wield it. Sunset stared a moment and then her eyes widened. You don't know, do you? Twilight was taken aback. Know what? You really don't. Sunset laughed out loud. Magic in this world isn't like in Equestria. Here, all that matters is power, and proving your power. Magic obeys whoever is the strongest. And the same goes for magical items like that crown. It doesn't care that if you have some special destiny or mystical connection. It just cares about which one of us is stronger. Twilight's eyes widened. It can't be. Sunset leaned in when she saw Twilight's expression. See, the rules of the game changed now. All I have to do is win this tournament one more time, and that'll be the proof I need of my power. You're lying, Twilight shook her head. And even if you aren't, it still doesn't matter. Once we go... Twilight stopped as she came to her realization. Sunset rolled her eyes. Keep telling yourself that. It'll make your defeat easier to swallow. She stood up and approached the exit, stopping next to Twilight. She held Twilight's gaze and glared. You have one warning, Princess. Get out of my world and go back to Equestria where you belong. Stay here, get in my way. I'll make you wish you never heard of Duel Monsters. Sunset pushed the door open and stepped into the hall, letting it swing and shut behind her. Twilight breathed a sigh of relief. Well, that was something. She can't really think we would listen, can she? Spike asked. I mean, there's no way we're going to go back to Equestria. Not a chance. Twilight looked at her arm and deactivated her dual disc. The arms retracted back to its horseshoe shape. She was just trying to scare us off, shake our confidence. It's not going to work. Good. Spike looked at the door. Too bad we couldn't get her to tell us about her deck, though. Twilight began to reply, but paused. She slowly smiled. We don't need her to, Spike. She looked down in Mia's eyes. If she wants to win this tournament, she has to be out there dueling, right? We just had to find someone who's seen her dueling and ask what she was doing. She had to register her deck for the tournament, so she can't change it to try and catch anyone by surprise. Makes sense. Spike hopped down on the floor. Speaking of, maybe we should go back out there. Can't risk not making the finals after all. Good point. Twilight took a breath. We're doing well, but we have to keep going. She pushed the door open and stepped into the hall. Rarity and Applejack are supporting us, so we can count on them to probably make it. Fluttershy is with us, too. Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash are the last 2 to recruit. Don't forget Flash, Spike said as they headed down to the hall. Twilight gave her a grin. I think we can count on him supporting you. Twilight blushed lightly, cleared her throat. Likely, yes. So that's 6 allies we can count on. For the ones that'll make it to the finals, we can count on at least 3. Likely 4, possibly 5. She frowned. I hate to say it, but seeing some of the other duelists here, I'm not sure Fluttershy can make it. Can't say either way about Pinky. Applejack, Rainbow, and Flash are sure things, given their reputations. Rarity's strong. Twilight smiled again. 5 out of 16. Presuming none of us are matched against each other, we can reasonably be sure they'll make it to the next round. Make it 5 out of 8. I like those odds, Spike. Twilight, this is a tournament arc story. The odds of you going up against one of your friends in a dramatic fashion are not just high, they're a guarantee. Like 100%. It's like one of those tropes you just can't escape. Better than 1 out of 16 anyway. I was like, Bloom's evil, steamrolling. Twilight paused in the hallway. What was that? Steamroy gets 500 attack points when it attacks. It takes more than chalice. Diva's going bye-bye. Oh, come on. Twilight approached one of the classroom doors ahead, nosing it was slightly ajar. She pressed her face to the edge of the door. Sitting at a desk with several Duel Monster cards laid out forever was Skidaloo. Opposite her on a desk, turned to face her, was a girl with pale purple and pink hair and pale white skin. A third girl with yellow skin with red hair sat on the third desk to the side, pad of paper in front of her she was writing on. Twilight saw the girl with the pink bow in her hair. Apple Bloom? That other girl must be Sweetie Belle. Skidaloo sat back in her chair, crossed her arms. I end my turn. Gotcha! Sweetie Belle picked up the card from her deck. Perfect draw! I activate the spell card, Celestial Transformation. This allows me to special summon any fairy monster from my hand. But if it has half the stars, it'll be destroyed by the end of the turn. Sweetie Belle slid her card into place on her desk. I summon Marazza the Melodious Maestra. And I activate monsters to special effect, letting me special summon another fairy from my hand. Twilight knelt to whisper Spike. I guess they're dueling. Yeah. Spike tilted his head. Kinda weird seeing without the fancy holograms. Not to mention all the shouting and dramatic hand-waving. He looked up at Twilight. Even you're getting into the habit. Twilight's face red. I'm just getting to the spirit, I guess. What? Dueling without dramatic hand-waving? That's just ridiculous! No. How can you be properly dueling without holograms? I summoned Tantum, the Melodious Diva. Since it was summoned by the effect of a melodious monster, Tantum's effect lets me return polarization from the graveyard to my hand. Sweetie Belle picked up a stack of face-up cards and began to rifle for them. Skidaloo patted. I just got rid of that stupid blue demon last turn, and now I'll swing in a new fusion. Sweetie Belle sweetly. I activate polarization. Infuse Marazza and Tantum into Bloom Prime with the Melodious Choir. She swept the 2 monster cards aside and picked up the small stack of cards from the right side of her field. She shuffled through them and set a fusion monster from on the field. Prima gets another 300 points for each monster I fuse to summon her, bringing her to 2,500. Further, she gets to attack twice each turn. Sweetie Belle put her hand on her card and jerked it across the field twice. I attacked Steamroid and Submarineroid. Darn it! Skidaloo picked up her cards. Steamroid loses 500 points when attack, so it's down to 1,300. At least it's somewhat of defense. She added her cards to the discard pile and turned to Apple Bloom. What's the score? Apple Bloom wrote on her pad of paper. 1,700 for Slayabile, 1,400 for you. Sounds like it's time for a comeback, Skidaloo drew. That's what I'll do. I summon Expressoroid to activate its effect. This lets me return Stealthroid and Chuckroid from the graveyard to my hand. Then I activate a spell of my own. Vehicroid connected zone. No win! Sweetie Belle dropped. Top deck for the win. Skidaloo pumped her fist and flipped the cards in her hand on the table one by one. I'll fuse Expressroid, Stealthroid, Tuckroid, and Dillroid. Then fuse to summon Super Vecroid, Stealth Union! Skidaloo grabbed her card from her deck and held it in the air grid before slamming onto the desk. That's more like it. Twilight swallowed softly as Skidaloo continued her turn. Sweetie Belle picking up her monster and holding it out. I think we should leave him alone. So he stood up and turned to walk around. As he did, the heel of her boot nudged the door and the hinges let out a small squeak.
Hello?
Twilight stopped at the sound of Apple Bloom's voice. She slowly pulled it back and pushed the door open. The three girls were staring.
Hi?
She smiled awkwardly, held by hand.
Hey, I know you.
Twilight turned her attention to Skiloo.
You were registering the same day as me, right?
Yeah. Twilight pushed the door open more and came in, spiked by her feet. I'm Twilight Sparkle.
I remember. That's Sleepbell and Apple Bloom.
The other two girls waved.
Were you spying us?
Apple Bloom asked. Twilight shook her head. No, well, sort of. I just overheard you guys playing and was watching.
Well, you're just in time, 'cause this is the finishing move.
Skiloo grinned and looked at Sleepbell.
Some union's attack power is half when it attacks, but still leaves it at 1800, just enough to end it.
She thrust her hand over the desk.
Stuff Union attacks directly. Yeah.
Sleepbell groaned. I restarted across the desk to take back her monster card Skiloo's field.
Kicking. You too. That's 2 out of 3 for me, right? I called winner, remember?
Apple Bloom told her deck out of her dual desk and began to stuff like,
And now I seen all your tricks, Scoots. You just tell yourself that.
Twilight watched Sleepbell place her cards on her dual desk. How come you girls aren't using your dual discs?
Because we don't have enough room to use them here.
You could duel outside. Skiloo shook her head.
With the tournament going on, we never find privacy.
Twilight looked at Skiloo. But aren't you registered? The girl shrugged.
Rainbow Dash made me sign up.
I surrendered a few duels before coming in here. Hopefully she'll just think I suck today and not ask why I backed out. Twilight watched Skiloo and Apple Bloom set their decks up on their desk and began to draw their opening hands. Sleepbell had paper and desk, now with an old sheet torn off, made a fist and put a coin on her thumb.
Skillet, come in here.
She put the coin.
Heads, tails, Apple Bloom picks. I'll go first, thanks.
Apple Bloom drew her first card.
Ooh, nice hand here. Just play.
They're playing for fun. They don't even care about the tournament. Twilight watched Apple Bloom set a spell card on the desk, then play a monster. Thought occurred to her. Hey, Apple Bloom?
Yeah?
Does Applejack know you're here?
No. Me neither.
Sleepbell held up her hands.
She takes this tournament thing way too seriously.
You think she takes it seriously? Skiloo rolled her eyes.
Rainbow Dash made me duel a picture of Applejack last week.
She scratched her nose.
She didn't even have all the cards Applejack does, so the deck was kind of lousy. But it was still weird. Applejack has a spread race prepared for her win, not for the tournament, just for Rainbow Dash.
Apple Bloom shook her head.
As far as I'm concerned, they can duel each other hanky-panky as much as they like. I don't need some fancy crown telling me I'm better than everybody else to be happy.
You said it. Skiloo reached across the table and bumped fists.
Come on, I got a slick move to bust out. Sir, I'll use the effective by Aroma Guard Field spell to gain 500 life points. That triggers the effective for Confrontation. Let me draw another card.
As Twilight watched Apple Bloom play, she saw Sleepbell gently tug on her sleeve. Hey, do you want to duel?
I call winner,
Skiloo said immediately. Twilight looked down at Sleepbell's deck on the table. They looked up at the clock on the wall. She frowned. I liked you, really. But I have to go. I'm in the tournament too, and it's important I win. She smiled softly. Not to prove anything. I just have to. It's hard to explain.
Hi.
Apple Bloom looked up and held her hand.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
The other two nodded.
Let's tell our sisters we're all here, okay?
Of course. Twilight stood up and waved.
Have fun.
She turned and approached the door, pausing when she reached it to look back at him. Those tournaments used to bring students together. Kids that never would have spoken to each other met and mingled for the tournament. They made new friends, traded cards, and exchanged strategies, and cheered for each other. Twilight smiled and pulled the door open, letting Spike run out the door before she followed and closed it behind her. 3 years left. I have to find another opponent. Twilight scanned the field. The numerous students were dueling, crowds watching them. She paused. I don't even know where to begin. Does it matter?
Twilight.
She turned her head. Fluttershy ran up to her and stopped when she was close.
How have you been doing?
Twilight tapped her dual desk screen a few times. 5 and 0. You? Fluttershy bit her lip and shook her head.
1 and 2. I'm sorry. I told you I'm not very good.
Don't say that. Twilight put her hand on Fluttershy's shoulder. Still means a lot to me you're here to support me.
Thank you.
Fluttershy smiled at her.
You're doing good, though. I saw Rainbow Dash. She's up to 7 wins. She's one of the best duelists at school. As long as you keep up with her, you should make the finals just fine.
Right. Still a few behind, though. Twilight sighed. I'm not sure who to duel next.
I know a few people looking for opponents. Follow me.
Fluttershy turned and led Twilight through the crowds. Aqua's eyes narrowed as they watched the two from around the corner. Sunset looked down at her duel disc. She tapped a button on it. An error code appeared, and a quick wave of her hand dispelled it. The tournament standings propped up as she scrolled down them. Twilight sparkles on track to make it to the top 16. She frowned and kept looking over the list. A loss to me won't derail that. Not with these losers filling the ranks. So what? She looked up at the two boys standing in front of her. She's just one opponent, right? The orange one asked.
Yeah!
The blue-skinned one nodded.
What's so special about her?
Given the choice, she's a risk better avoided. Sunset called out the tournament rules and looked through them. Snip, Snails, you two are my trump cards. Snip tilted his head.
What do you mean?
Tag duels are allowed and count as a double win or loss. Sunset looked over at the crowd and smirked. That little wimp is easy pickings. Let you two focus on Twilight. 2 losses will drag her out of the rankings.
No, Sunset.
Snip frowned and rubbed his shoulder.
I really didn't come here to duel much, you know?
Yeah, Snail sighed. We was just, putting on a show. Sunset rolled her eyes and walked to them. You two underestimate yourselves. She faked a sweet smile and turned them around, putting an arm around either of their shoulders. She walked forward to make them look at Twilight and Fluttershy. It'll be a snap. Just go out there and beat them. Really? Snails furrowed his brow. I mean, Fluttershy beat me before.
And Twilight beat Rarity, Steph Snails in. I don't think we have it in us.
Yo, you do. Sunset's smile grew wide. She held her hands over their shoulders. You two are better duelists than you know. Behind them, her hands lit up with a dark red aura.
You just need a little pick-me-up.
Sunset sneered and slid her magic charmed hands into their backs. The two boys cried out, and their eyes lit up bright red. Ah, so I guess it's safe to say that Sunset is the Yami Merrick of the group? Twilight scanned the crowds, biting her lip. I have to be careful who I challenge. I have to keep up a win streak to make it to the finals. But I don't know the school enough to know who I stand a good chance of beating. Maybe I could go back to Computer Lab and look up some of the profiles of the weaker students. She stopped and frowned on her own train of thought. I think I'm starting to understand how a card game can become so viciously competitive and elitist.
Twilight!
She turned around to see her name, smiled at a familiar face coming through the crowd.
Flash!
She waved him as star in front of her.
Fluttershy, this is Flash Sentry. I know he is,
Fluttershy whispered.
Everyone knows who he is.
Flash held up his hand.
That's kind of an exaggeration. I haven't been champion for a while now.
You're still a favorite to win.
Was last year, too. Didn't work out, did it?
How are you doing so far? Twilight asked. Flash smiled.
8-0. You?
5-0.
Nice. Flash nodded. Tough part for me is finding duelists willing to take me on.
As he spoke, Twilight saw the other duelists around him, slowly edging away and whispering amongst themselves. Yeah, bet no one's lining up to duel a former champion, huh? Twilight replied.
Nope. The ones that might be good enough to actually beat me are playing it safe until the top 6-15.
Flash held up his hands.
Not much to do for it, though.
I'm having the same sort of problem. I don't know anyone here well enough to challenge them. Twilight shook her head. I have to make it to the finals, but I can't be reckless, or my record suffers.
Hey, no worries. Flash gave Twilight a thumbs up. I know a couple easy pickings. Well, not easy, but don't give anyone a shot.
Twilight's face brightened.
Sure. Fluttershy, you in?
Well... Twilight Sparkle!
The three stopped and turned towards the source of the voice. Two boys stood distance away. Duelist held up in front of them. Twilight peered closer to them.
They seem familiar.
Oh my god. It's Center Haga and Rex Raptor!
Yeah, I can't remember Rex Raptor's Japanese name.
Yeah. We're gonna kick both your butts.
Yeah, we're gonna take your down ons.
Yeah, those two guys, they're not those kind.
Flash crossed his arms and rolled his eyes.
Snips, Snails, go back to Sunset and tell her she wants to see me lose. She's gonna come try it herself.
Twilight's eyes widened to names. Snips raised a finger and pointed.
We tell the Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy, a tag duel!
The crowd guessed at the remark. Twilight looked up at Flash. Can he do that?
Yeah, there's tournament rules for it. Most of us don't care for teamwork.
I can't.
Fluttershy shook her head, shrank back.
I just hold you back, Twilight.
2-on-1, Snails called. Face us, Twilight. Twilight tensed. You're acting a lot more serious than the Snails and Snips I know. Their faces were stern, voices confident. She took a deep breath.
They are just Snips and Snails. This should be easy.
I accept! And so do I!
Twilight turned her head. The crowd began to cheer as Flash stepped up beside Twilight and raised his arm, activating his duel disc. Flash, are you sure? Flash gave her a sideways look and smirked.
Think we can't handle these two chumps?
Twilight gave a quick chuckle at the look.
Actually, we might be too much for him.
Sunset Shimmer wishes to see Twilight Sparkle fall, Nail said.
Team up of anyone, we'll beat you just the same,
Snips continued.
Sounds like we have a duel.
Flash pressed the button on his duel disc.
Opponents detected. Streaming data.
Twilight's holographic display came to life, and her duel disc flashed to 4 portraits of Flash, Snips, Snails, and herself. A glowing icon appeared in the corner of Flash's profile.
Tag duel invitation detected.
Just press the accept button on your screen,
Flash called over. Twilight nodded and did so.
Invitation accepted. Opponent team designated.
Snips and Snails' portraits gained a red background, while Twilight's and Flash's turned blue.
Duel mode set. Initiating.
The display of the fields appeared with the 4 portraits.
Commence duel.
Twilight looked at Flash, and he looked back and nodded. She swung her arms in the air, and he drew her opening hand.
Let's duel!